So, Ina, as we've said, as we all know, you've been covering technology for decades, from the early internet to the rise of AI. Does anything feel different to you about this moment in technology? And what do you think, if so, makes this innovation unique or transformative or particularly challenging?
Yeah, there's probably three or four things in there. I mean, the first that's most obvious is the pace. So while it's similar and often gets compared to whether it's the .com or the beginning of mobile or the 4G, like those were all important moments and big shifts in society, but they actually consisted of one major change and a few years of getting used to that change, a boom, a bust, a sort of new normal eventually emerging. What's so different now is the pace of change. It's not like this AI thing happened and is now static. The pace of change is unlike anything I've seen in 2.5 decades of covering Silicon Valley. So that's the first and most noticeable thing. I think you also have a huge hype cycle and a trough of disappointment happening right now as we speak. You have huge boom, unprecedented boom in spending around infrastructure. You have a lot of financing around some of these companies. And at the same time, you have businesses wondering, am I getting my money's worth? A lot of hype around agents was the buzzword. And I think there's a lot of companies still yet seeing the benefit. The other things that I think are also worth pointing out and are influencing this, one is the accessibility of the technology. So some technology revolutions are really only accessible to a part of the world. I think what made this one so instantly captivating was the fact anyone could pick up a chatbot and use it. And so it caught the attention of a much wider range. And then the last thing I'd say is just the implications of it all. So I think other tech booms eventually reached all of society. This one starts out hitting everyone and hitting everyone hard. So it's a lot of fields. It's hard to think of a field that isn't being impacted greatly, the instant effect on things like education, law, healthcare, in ways that are both positive and negative at the same time. So all that's to say plenty to talk about.